Yeah, man, seriously, because like everything I did was because I listened to a podcast. And even now, like knowing Bobby and knowing Dan was because of a podcast you did with Dalkey and Kaplan about their investment, group.
It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS.
So if we go back, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, like the industry, the pressure cleaning, window cleaning industry was very different than it is right this second.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been exponential, cataclysmic, dynamic, full spectrum changes and mindset and the way the communities are. Everything's different. When I was in the industry, it was 99% technical talk, people arguing about PSI and pressure cleaners and this pump and that pump and all that. And so when I was growing my company, I was like, I need help, like with the belief. I need help with the systems. I want to talk about business growth. And some of it existed, but it wasn't in an organized way. I couldn't get the help I wanted. And so part of me teaching and doing all the things I did was just timing. And the way Facebook is now, the way that people move from forums to Facebook groups, just a lot's kind of changed. And I was kind of out there at the right time for that to help people, but now it's taken on even more of a life of its own. And I feel like we've kind of shifted the tide. And so the negativity seems lower. The support seems higher. If you remember, if you've been in the industry for a long time, you go back 5, 6, 8 years ago and you ask a question, people would destroy you. Like you were ostracized for even asking a business question. Am I right? I don't know, Rob. I mean, if you remember, but you couldn't even say, hey, I don't understand like what my cost of goods sold is, or how do you do this? And then all the comments would be negative. So I think what I was lucky to be a part of and help participate in was giving the middle finger to that negativity in a way and saying, no, like we're going to start a positive movement. We're going to teach systems. We're going to teach people how to make their business be a slave for them. It's not easy, but it's very possible. I think I've helped up level people's belief by interviewing people and digging and finding people that are doing extraordinary things. And so it's becoming more normal for people to have 7-figure plus businesses now, where 5, 6 years ago, it didn't feel normal to the average business owner. Now it's out there. And people like Bobby and Rob and all these content creators, it's just like leveling up everybody, which is amazing. And, being that I have 5 kids, I wanted to kind of step back, and running a software company and an education company consumed 100% of my time for many years. And so it's been a huge blessing for me to step back, but I'm also having fun, watch everything just keep going and get even way better than anything I did. So I just feel really lucky to have been a part of that.
Yeah, Josh, not to toot your horn here, but a little bit. Like when I took over my family business 5 years ago now, yours was the only podcast, the only source of information I could find out there that was like industry specific to what I needed. And everything I did, I didn't know that I needed systems. I didn't know that I needed to hear from other people who have been there, done that. I didn't know that there was a process to business. So from listening to your podcast, that's the reason I did so well. So thank you, first and foremost. I don't think I've gotten to say that to you before. Yeah, man, seriously, because like everything I did was because I listened to a podcast. And even now, like knowing Bobby and knowing Dan was because of a podcast you did with Dalkey and Kaplan about their investment, group. And that's how I got in touch with Dalkey, and that's how I became friends with him and friends with everybody in the group and everything they're doing now. And it's like everything good in my business that is happening now is because of all those things. And the time back outside of a tooting Josh horn, like it just goes to show that putting yourself out there and taking in the content does more for you than just entertainment. You know what I mean? Like I would have never thought 5 years ago that I would be involved in groups like this and be on a live Facebook thing, bullshitting with other industry leaders here, just like, love this. So I love you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Not to downplay that, but bookkeeping, beer, and BS is more about the latter thing that there, just having fun. So,
wow. Well, if we're being honest, bookkeeping, beer, and BS came out of the need for you because we all heard Josh's podcast and we're like, let's go ham on this, and didn't know how to do our books. So you're like, wait, slow down a little bit, guys.
You created a bookkeeping void in our industry.
Yeah, exactly.